Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a poor woodcutter named Rohan. Rohan was known throughout the village for his honesty and kindness. He would often help his neighbors with their chores and never expected anything in return. One day, while Rohan was cutting wood in the forest, his axe slipped and fell into the river. The river was deep and fast-flowing, and Rohan was unable to retrieve his axe. He was heartbroken, as the axe was his only means of livelihood. As he sat by the river, feeling sorry for himself, a fairy appeared before him. She introduced herself as the river fairy, and asked Rohan why he was so sad. Rohan explained how his axe had fallen into the river and how he couldn't retrieve it. The river fairy smiled and said, "I will help you, Rohan. But first, you must promise me that you will be honest and tell the truth, no matter what." Rohan promised, and the river fairy dived into the river. She emerged with a golden axe and asked Rohan if it belonged to him. Rohan was amazed by the golden axe but truthfully said, "No, that's not my axe." The river fairy then dived into the river again and emerged with a silver axe. Again, Rohan truthfully said, "No, that's not my axe." The river fairy was impressed with Rohan's honesty, and dived into the river once more. This time, she emerged with Rohan's old axe. Rohan was overjoyed and thanked the river fairy for her kindness. The river fairy said, "Rohan, your honesty has earned you a reward. You may keep all 3 axes, but remember, honesty is the greatest wealth of all." And with that, she disappeared. Rohan returned to his village and told everyone about his encounter with the river fairy. From that day on, he was known as the honest woodcutter, and people would come from all around to hear his story and learn from his example. Moral of the story: the moral of this story is that honesty is always the best policy. Rohan's honesty, even when it was difficult, earned him a great reward. If he had been dishonest and claimed the golden or silver axe as his own, he would have lost the trust of the river fairy and possibly faced negative consequences. But by being truthful, he earned not only the axes but also the respect and admiration of the river fairy and the entire village. Remember, honesty is a valuable trait that can open doors to new opportunities and build strong relationships with others. Always strive to be honest, just like the honest woodcutter, Rohan.